Man. Hey, am I in the shot or out of the shot? Am I in the... I'm comfortable.
Oh, too much clothes.
Water over to your computer.
Really? I started it and you're putting chapstick on?
Yeah, sorry, you cut this out. We have a whole bunch of people like, but that LL Cool J lips. Watching that show. Anyway. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Midwest Mayhem once again. I am Tron Smith. He is Chad Christensen.
Welcome, everyone.
You know what, dude? Here's the thing. All right. I always start this out because there's always something that's like really agitating.
I like it. Let's go right there.
Right
Right away.
The weather, man. It's just,
That's funny because I wrote it down as a pleasant surprise.
the weather, man. You know, so here's the deal. I wake up in the morning, it's cold. You go to bed, it's cold.
Yes.
You gotta drive to work, it's cold.
And dark.
You gotta go outside, it's cold.
Yes.
I mean, we complain about when it's hot, and then when it gets cold, it gets cold. Anyway, this is just being me, right? Hey, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us again on Midwest Mayhem and coming out and giving us the opportunity here to talk about specific things. But before we get into that, right?
Okay.
Because I'm getting a look, right? Before we get into that,
What are you going to forget?
I gotta thank our sponsors. It's not like I don't forget because like we're sitting, right? And it's like we've been here most of the day.
Right.
So I'm not forgetting, I just get going so fast. But I want to thank Wilson Toyota, Denny and Danny Wilson over there, 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere in the metro, for giving us the space, the opportunity, and the content to talk about what we talk about, man. It's been good.
It's been a good ride so far.
You know what? The car business is the car business, and it never changes, right? It's like being on a roller coaster. And you know when the drops are coming, and you get excited, but they still scare you a little bit, right? That's just the car business.
Right.
So that's and here we are, man. December. Hey, here in what? A couple days, week or so, we're gonna be Christmas party.
Oh man, can't wait.
Dude, so
Time to get together, baby.
you know, we used to do a really good thing with a Christmas party. We
did.
used to bring in kids, and we would get all gifts. And I
would
know
you dress up as?
this is hard to believe. Yes, I've been known to be the largest elf in the history of elves. Right.
Yes.
So I dressed up as an elf, and we really put on a show. And Ron Franzen, who used to be our GM, who has retired now, he had an unbelievable Santa Claus costume. I mean, this thing was custom made. I'm telling you, it was. Santa was here, right? He had to do the part because the real Santa was like off everywhere doing things.
Dropping off gifts.
There you go. But you know, I really do kind of miss having the kids come in. But man, I tell you,
it was pretty cool.
Danny and Carissa, who works in our back office, they came up with a great idea last year. And Beloit, due to COVID and things like that, they are no longer an organization. So Carissa and Danny got together and said, let's have kind of the same concept, but with our own employees.
Right.
And it was just so neat to have the families of our employees. We spend a lot of time in this store.
We do.
Probably more than we do at home.
I would agree with that too. Yeah.
It was important that we have the opportunity to allow the wives and the husbands and the kids to meet the people that mom and dad and brother and sister hung out with every day.
We talk about all the time.
Oh, it was fun, dude. We gave away laptops and $1,000. It's just it was
Big
just
TV.
really really
There
cool.
was so much
Massive
stuff.
TV, man. I think we had to get a Sequoia just to get the TV home for the employee that wanted. But it's a great thing. I'm looking forward to it again here in a couple of days, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it all over again.
Absolutely.
I do not have to wear. This will be the second year that I've been at Wilson Toyota that I will not have elf ears on for a Christmas party.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, no, I don't know if the elf ears make me look better. Or I can hear.
Oh,
better.
it's better.
I can definitely hear better. I mean, those jokers are big, dude. Like bigger than my hand. But anyway.
Here's what I'm thankful for about that. You're going to be here to put on the show like you do all the time.
Wow.
Because if you weren't going to be here, I was afraid they were going to come to me and go, hey, you need to get up and speak. And I was going to be like, well, I need to what?
Yeah, I was telling
For
him,
how long?
I was like, if for some reason, it's funny. My son has a deal in Atlanta, so we were not sure if I was actually going to be able to do it. And I told Danny, I was like, dude, you have Chad and Riley. I think you can pull this thing off.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine giving Riley the microphone?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
We could be here all night.
Well, no, we would be here all night. But I will be here. No worries. Anyway,
It is a great event.
It is. No one came to hear that. Right? I mean, they came to hear this content, and I got a really hot topic for everyone. More for the salesperson,
I like
but for
it. That's
everyone. Everyone needs to pay attention and take note to the conversation we're going to talk about today. And today, I'm going to talk about this one thing, right? This one thing is going to go into 5 different segments.
I love it. Let's go.
100% of the opportunities that you get in the car business, purchase. Okay, let that sink in. I'm gonna slow it down for you. I'm gonna slow it down for the salespeople, the sales managers, and the owners. Okay, 100% of the people that you come in contact with in your business,
Got
in
it.
the car business,
Yep.
actually purchase a vehicle, right?
Oh, they do.
Sometime, from somewhere, at some point, right? I mean, just think about that.
Yeah.
Somewhere, sometime, someone.
Correct.
It's gonna happen. I'm gonna share with you today, we are gonna share with you today and try to paint a picture of
Right.
what that looks like. So,
Right.
I will start with this. Some people need the perfect opportunity, and some people just need an opportunity.
Right.
I am an opportunistic person.
You are.
Like that? I see how I put that tune in
Yeah.
there, right? I only need an opportunity. It doesn't have to be perfect. I will make any opportunity a perfect opportunity for me, and that's the way you gotta carry business, to say, man, I just want to swing. I don't care what the swing looks like.
Right.
Fastball,
Give it a
curveball,
chance.
there you go. I just
Yeah.
want a chance. So first things first, understand this, 100% of the people that you come in contact with in your store, whether that be by email, by phone, by text, by whatever the case
Walk
may be,
in, whatever it is.
you
Yep.
have to know right now that 100% of those people are going to purchase a vehicle. I'm going to help you today with just some insight. And you give them your insight
I like it.
on how to make that happen. Okay? We
Yep.
good? Can we do that?
I'm good.
Can we go there? As we get through this, I would say, if you miss this, right, and you have any questions, do this. Reach out to me, right? Reach out to me first, right?
Yes.
No, don't reach out to me. Look, I was getting a little like, don't you dare do that, right? Go to Wilson Toyota's Instagram and Twitter, right? At Wilson of Ames will be your Instagram and your Twitter. And feel free, please check us out on Facebook. Our
Yeah, for
Facebook account, we got so much content. It's just really good stuff. Allows you to know who we are.
Who we are.
At Wilson Toyota of Ames, that's Facebook and TikTok. Man, have you done anything with TikTok?
No.
Yes?
No.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I have.
All right. See, that was like a TikTok right there. You
Oh,
say
what?
no, I say yes. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's like a TikTok. There
Probably
we
the
go.
things.
I don't know, man. You get on TikTok. Anyway, I'm not going to promote
Yeah.
TikTok, but you can get lost in TikTok. And if you're going to get lost in TikTok, make sure it's Wilson Toyota's TikTok, right?
That's
Make
right.
sure you get lost there. And hey, man, if you just want to know what's really, really going on,
Oh, I like it already.
hit me up on my Twitter.
Oh,
At-
that one?
At Big Strong, 2 G's when you're as big as I am, and the same thing if you want to follow me on Instagram, which I'm trying to figure out this Instagram thing, right? But if you want to try and see what I'm doing, I'm at Big Strong 1 on Instagram. Hey, listen, I'm just gonna tell you, man, I don't know what I'm doing. I get yelled at when I do something. I get yelled at when I don't do something. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna.
I just want you to know, I followed you.
Did I follow you back?
I love it.
I'm gonna figure out this Insta chat thing, and we're gonna be good, right?
We're gonna figure it out.
If you want to follow me and my not knowing what I'm doing,
Yeah.
I am at
It is
Strong
entertaining.
1 2 G's. If you want to do that, but go do that anyway. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about this. Okay, 100% of the opportunities that you get actually purchase a car. So the first thing I'm gonna start
Yes.
with is I'm gonna understand this. They will buy a vehicle from somewhere. Okay, you have to know they got to be a vehicle. They're going to buy this vehicle from somewhere. So the first thing you have to do is you have to be a great store, right? First
Makes
things
sense.
first.
Makes sense.
Part of this equation is that they're going to buy it from somewhere. You have to be a great store. What do I mean by that? Wilson Toyota has won the President's Award for Toyota for the last 18 years.
Can you explain to the people what the President's Award is?
And it's kind of weird because when you say that, I'm glad you're asking me that, right? I mean, not everybody knows what a Grammy is until you tell them what it is and what caliber of
I love it. That's
trophy
a
it
good
is, right? So,
comparison, actually.
so the President's Award is an award that Toyota puts on that it gives you the highest, right? It's the highest award you can win of Toyota that's out there. And it's not just customer service on the sales side. It's customer service in the entire store in its entirety. So we're talking sales, service, collision center. They also track if your salespeople and sales managers and everyone in your organization is up to par on product knowledge.
Right.
Do you understand what's going on in service? So it really takes the entire store in its entirety
Yeah.
and says, are you functioning at a high level?
Right, it grades you.
And you think, man, 18 years, man, it's what you're supposed to do. There are stores that have never won. There are stores that have won once. I would be curious to find out if there's any store that's won that consecutive times. But
Right.
there's some great stories out there for Toyota. But Wilson Toyota, we have done 18 years in a row.
Right.
Right. It's almost like tying your shoes up for us. Right.
And the funny thing you say about that to me is, as a salesperson, the amount of times that we bring it up to our customers when they say, why should they buy from us? Right there is 18 times that they should buy from us.
I got 18 reasons.
That's right.
Jay-Z said
I mean,
it best, right? I got 99 problems, but the president's of the world's not one of them, right? So you're going to win the president's of the world mostly. But I think even as a store, we got to be very careful that sometimes we too take it for granted that is out there, and those are things that the consumer should know. And kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the last show. Go to the right store. Right, so they're going to buy this from somewhere. Make sure you're in the right store. The other thing I would like to share with you is we have also won the best of Story County for the last 15 years in a row. So these are just things. I'm not patting ourselves on the back. That's not what I'm here to do.
Yeah, but it does take work to get
share. Correct. It's not an easy thing to do. Right. I'm just sharing that so people understand that if the consumer is going to purchase a vehicle and where they purchase the vehicle is that important, make sure that your store. You have the right story, right? And you have the great story, and you have things that where the consumer comes in, they can understand.
It represents
100% how you got to where you are. So I'm going to tell you, 100% of the opportunities you get are going to purchase. Just understand they're going to purchase it from somewhere. So make sure that you are a great store in that sense. The other thing that's going to happen is they're going to purchase it at some time, right? I think a lot of times as salespeople, as sales managers, owners. Sometimes we want that instant gratification, right? I mean, they're in our store, sell them right now, blah, 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 right? We push this old school, don't get me wrong, man. I got no problem with selling the customer the day either, okay? But I also understand that, man, it's a big decision, and sometimes they really do need to think about it. Hey, we help them with that thought process sometimes. We send them home to think sometimes, but that's another topic. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but it happens. So just understand that they're going to buy that sometime. So if you know that they're going to, it will be sometime, and that sometime may not be that time.
Right.
Here's what I'm going to share with you. You have to get really good at follow-up. Okay? You have to be really, really good at follow-up. What does that mean? That means when that customer leaves and you call them the next day, it should sound more like this. Hey, this is Tron over at Wilson Toyota. I just want to thank you for coming in yesterday. If you have any questions, let me know. And if anything comes up, goes forward. Instead of, you going to buy the car now?
Yeah.
Right? We want to get there.
Hey, what'd you think of that Ford, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Now. We want to get there. So have your follow-up, have the information that you're given, have it really, really good. Whatever that sounds like, sales managers, take the time to sit down with your salespeople and tell them what you think that phone call should sound like. Owners, get involved. Hey, you know what? When you call represent my store, this is something that I would like to have you include. This is how I want my customers to be treated, because I know that I'm going to get every opportunity that's out there, because they got to buy a car at some time. And the other thing is be extremely seasoned in the process, right?
For sure.
Understand what follow-up is.
For sure.
Salespeople come up with your own creative ideas as to, man, what do I want to say to my customers? How am I going to follow up? What is it Christmas? Is it birthday? Whatever the case may be. Sales managers, again, spend the time to find out, to help your salespeople in the system. Sales managers, more than likely, if you're in a store and you're a sales manager, you've been in the store, you've been in the business longer than most of the people around you, and you have a lot of insight. You need to share that. Don't get so rusty in your seat that you think you're so above that you don't have the time to share, because the stories and the histories and the things like that you have is really going to help those young sons.
It's help the whole situation.
100%.
Everyone around you.
You got to follow up. You got to teach them how to follow up. And this is what I think. Right. I'm never going to complain about the way someone does a job that I haven't shown them how I want it done. Right? I think it's unfair that, we're not happy with the way something's done, but we haven't taken the time to train that person on how we feel it needs to be done for our organization. Right. It's important that we do that. So slow down a little bit, sales managers. Really walk your staff through it. What should a follow-up look like? What are we trying to gain? What's the accomplishment? Because again, every opportunity. I don't think it registers to people's head.
It's such a big concept of a word you're saying as far as opportunity to me. Sometimes you create them. Dude, sometimes you have to do work to make the opportunity happen, right?
Think about this. I'm giving you an industry and putting you in a situation that I'm telling you 100% of the people you come in 100%. Contact with will do business from you.
Right.
At some point, at some place, from someone.
From someone.
It's you're betting 100, dude.
Yep.
I mean, but you have to buy into the concept, right? And that's kind of what we're sharing with you today,
That's
what
where
that
we're going
concept
with this
is,
whole thing.
things like that. But you got to be extremely understandable that you have to be really good at follow, and you have to understand what the process is as far as the follow. What are we trying to do?
Right.
Is the customer really? Are they just in the starting phase where they're just trying to figure out if they even want to buy your manufacturing line? Right? That customer walks in your door on a Monday. They're not sure if they want a Toyota or a Honda or
They've
Ford
never
or
seen
Chevy.
it.
They have no idea. Just understand that that might be where they are, and it's going to take them a little time. Do you want them to remember you? Are you going to take care of them? Do you actually care if they come back or not? Or are you just so good that if you don't sell them right there, nobody's going to sell them? Let me help you, my friend.
I know the answer to
Okay?
that.
Someone's going to sell them. And if they leave your store and they make it to my store, my friend, I will sell them. That's a guarantee. And it may not be that day, but it will be some point from my store. I'm just telling you, it's going to happen, right?
Yes,
So just understand, don't be that guy that you think is just so good. Sometimes it just takes time and the customer isn't ready, right? So we know that 100% of our customers are going to do business at some point,
Yep.
right? We know they're going to do it at some point. We know they're going to do it somewhere. So those are two things we got to be really good at. Be a great store and understand that we have to be
Right.
really good at follow-up, and we have to have a process down, and we have to have the correct information to assist the customers going
Makes total
forward,
sense.
right? So
Totally.
those two things are going to happen. Now here comes the meat and potatoes,
Oh, I
right?
like meat and
Here,
potatoes.
here comes the meat. They're going to buy that vehicle or that product or whatever it is. They're going to buy it from someone. Okay, this is where we all get involved. Okay,
Yep.
3 things. I'm helping you. Write it down. Take notes. You need to know this. Somewhere, sometime, from someone. Let's talk about the someone. Okay, understand this. People buy. People do business. People purchase from people they know, people they like, and people they trust. I'm just telling you right now, every
Absolutely.
time that you purchase something, there's some part of you like that person, you trust that person, and you felt like you knew that person.
And if you
Right.
really think about it, it's not just the car business, it's business.
No, it's business. You were in the
It's
food.
business.
You were in the food industry for a long
For a
time,
long
right?
time.
People did business with you because they liked you,
Right.
because they trusted you,
Right.
and they felt like they knew you,
Right.
So it's important that you make sure that you have all those things when it comes to the person that's doing business, right? Also understand that there's one thing in any industry that people will always pay for, always, 100%. It's never going away. I don't care what you do. People will always pay for good customer service. Period. You will pay more to be
I
treated
was
right.
just gonna say, people will pay more for great customer service.
100%.
Doesn't matter the industry.
Right? So just understand that, right? So you have to be the right person. You have to have great customer service. So how do they like you, right?
Yep.
You have to actually care. You have to be real in your motive. Okay, you want to look at a customer and you should ask questions like, what do they do? Do they have family? What do they do in their spare time?
Yeah,
And not just
yeah,
because you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
sell them,
yeah.
because it's important that you know all these things. You know, you have to make sure that you're asking questions with the right motive, right? You actually care about what's going on. I used to go into my system, and after I met someone, I would type all their kids' names in my notes, in the heart notes. So it was always in the computer. So when they came back, I wanted to address them by their name. So
Right.
if their son's name was Johnny and he played soccer, when I saw him again, I would say, hey Johnny, how was soccer, right? It was
Right.
important to me, not because I wanted to be some sleazy sales guy, because
Right.
I want to remember, I want people to understand, knowing, like, know and trust, right? These are things that need to happen.
It is so important in our industry because of the representation that our industry has as a whole, that if we go out there and actually care, and I know that sounds like an easy word, but it's not, to actually care about what we're putting them in, why we're putting the customer in it, benefiting the customer for what we're trying to do for them, right? And being that person, then all of a sudden you see them at a football game, you're having conversations, you see them out to eat, you're having conversations, they actually become your friends, right? They're not just a customer. And the difference between selling one car and selling 100 cars is having a friend.
Well, here's what I'm gonna tell you. This is my theory, right? Don't be laughing at me, all right? I could either be their salesperson,
Right.
or I could be their play cousin.
Don't make me laugh. Explain, please.
I wanted to be like part of the family.
Right.
Unless I planned on marrying someone in the family, I was gonna be their play cousin.
Right.
I wanted to
Right.
feel like I was a part of it. I wanted them to share with me, who they are. I mean, I've met some unbelievable people in this business. Like, I mean, I've really become really, really good friends with people.
Yes.
Some people, their kids are like
Family.
boomerangs. You can't get rid of them. They keep showing up. But you know what? Those are the people that you always remember, and you really it's important to you.
Right.
And again, if you do it the right way, you're doing things with the right motive, right? You want to see your customers succeed just like they want to see you succeed. Again, I wanted to be there to play because I wanted to be invited to Thanksgiving dinner. I wanted to be invited to, this is serious, this is going to hit home, right?
Yep.
I wanted to be invited to the kids' graduation. I mean, I'm serious, and I was going to show up, all right? I can vouch for that. I was going to show up. If I was invited, I was going to go. But it was important to me to be there because I was part of the family at that point, right? So that's a big thing. That's a thing you need to understand. People need to trust you. They need to like you. They need to know you, right?
Going right along with that, being the person, the salesperson, right? I think you need to be unique, right? How do I stand out compared to the person next to me?
Well, you're unique.
I know, but I know this is a whole other podcast.
You are unique.
But I want to bring up a little quick story of yesterday. The person who came in yesterday, I didn't even know she was looking for a car. Her and I last year, I did a dance contest with all of my customers, and I had Facebook vote for who was the best dancing people, and I gave them some money. Anyway, long story short, she came back yesterday, and she said, I'm only going to buy cars from you. We did the Jimmy Kimmel, get in the car, turn on the radio, head bob, dance in the car, singing a song karaoke, but I mean, we really didn't know the whole words, but that's a whole nother story. Again, you know why she came back? You know what she asked me last night after she bought her new car? She's picking it up next week, and she said to me, now we're going to dance in it before I go, aren't we? Setting myself apart, right? But you know what? She came in relaxed. She trusted me. She likes me. She said, I'm only going to buy from you.
Right. And if you do it right, she
Do it
feels
right.
like she knows you. That's
Right.
what's hard. Again, I don't
Became
want.
more friend.
I don't want to just be your salesperson.
That's right.
I want to be your play cousin.
That's-
You guys can steal that if you want to. I'm gonna get a shirt that says "Play Cousin."
Oh,
you guys
my.
are buying "Play Cousin" Wilson Toyota, right? That's what we're looking for. So if you know that they want to buy something from somewhere that you know, you have to get involved in the community.
You have to.
Get involved in your community. Go out, do things. I was always a part of the local high school, the local middle school, anything that was going on. I remember I did a deal, and you guys. I'm from Nebraska. Okay, I'm from Omaha. Lived in the city. All right, I have to say that before I say this. I always remember the funniest thing. I had a young lady come in, and she wanted someone to be part of 4-H, and I was like, "Yeah, all right, what is it?" Well, I go.
Yeah.
So I show up to this thing. I have no clue what 4-H was.
Yeah, you probably all dressed up, weren't you?
I was extremely overdressed. I thought it was like 4 hamburgers, bro. It ain't that, bro.
No.
But it's those opportunities that I got to be out in the community, and I really got to know a lot of people in the community doing that. So again, me understanding that they're going to buy a car from someone they like and someone that they know is important that you're in the community. So make sure that your dealership is getting out in the community and do the small things as well as the big things, right? You don't always have to do this massive thing that your dealership is going to get all this publicity for, man. I'm telling you, Denny and Danny are probably one of the best in just doing it because it should be done.
Right.
And sometimes it really frustrates me where I'm like, dude, let's get the newspaper and let's call them. Let's make sure that you got a plane flying Wilson Toyota. And they're like, you know what? Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Right?
Yeah, and they are that way.
Do it. So
You're right.
get involved in your community, do things like that. And the last thing I do is trust. Right? Let me tell you about that word trust.
It's a big word.
It is the hardest thing in the world to get and the easiest thing to lose.
The easiest thing.
Right?
Agreed.
So here's my advice to all. Just tell the truth. I'm just telling you, just be honest. And if you don't know, have the confidence in who you are as a professional to say, you know what, I just don't know, and I don't want to give you the wrong information. Let me find out.
You gain a lot more respect that way.
Tell the truth, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the
People can sense BS.
I talk to you every day.
And you don't have your boots on today.
Yo, I should. I do actually. I am wearing my boots, by the way. But no, people do. And people will respect you more if you're just honest with them. And I'm always okay, and I'm sure everybody's okay with if you don't know, just finding out. I would rather you give me, hey, I'm not sure right now, I'll find out, than give me the wrong information because I make decisions on that information.
Well, we're talking about decisions that could be $5,000 or $90,000, $100,000 decisions.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be honest, right? You got to understand the truth will always set you free, as they say, and there's no better truth than the truth. And once you
I like
tell a
it.
lie, man, you just gotta
I like
tell
it.
another lie
Well,
to
you
cover
just
that
buried
lie, and
yourself.
another lie to cover that
You
lie.
just buried-
And
All they have to do is look it up. If somebody looks it up and you gave them the wrong information, it's over.
here's the thing I don't, and I'm not bashing other manufacturers, but I am praising Toyota. Here's the thing that's great about Toyota. Okay, Toyota has an app that's called Toyota Engage,
Yep.
and on that Engage app, and we allow the consumers to go to Toyota Engage. Just go to toyota.com/engage. You can find information there, and it gives you everything about your car from a sales, from a sales business, right?
Right.
Not being the consumer.
Right.
We actually can scan VINs on Toyota Engage, and it gives us all the information
Everything.
about that car.
Yep.
Or we can go in and find out miles per gallons because we got a lot of cars.
Right.
Depending on the drivetrain and things like that. I mean, the Engage app is like huge. And
Yeah.
I tell you, for you Toyota dealerships, you sales managers, salespeople, owners, if you're not pushing your sales staff to really have Engage like in hand most of the time, we should never have to give customers the wrong information having an
Not
application
when it's
like that.
not
So,
when it's at your fingertips.
man, get in there, get on Engage, play in there, see what happens, get the information. They even have trivia that keep you kind of sharp on
They do.
Toyota Engage. So I always appreciate the fact that Toyota has that Toyota Engage there. And again, it prevents us from having to tell these little white lies and not having the truth, and
Yep.
it makes you more professional. So
Right.
thank you, Toyota.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Toyota, for
I like
the Toyota Engage
I like
app. But those are the things. So understand this. Hey, I'm gonna leave you with this because I'm keep getting the look right.
Here we go again.
Right. I don't know. That was a song. Remember that song?
I remember that song.
Can you sing a song? No, not gonna do it again. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. 100% of the people that you talk to, 100% of your opportunities are going to purchase.
Right.
Okay? I'm sharing that with you. I'm giving you the secret sauce. Right? 100% of the opportunities that you get, they're actually going to come to light. That's from sometime. They're going to buy somewhere, and they're going to buy from someone. We just gave you the information that's going to help you understand that. The first thing you got to do with that, though, seriously, you have to buy in and understand from an ownership standpoint, from a sales manager standpoint,
Right.
from a salesperson
Right.
standpoint. Man, you got to look at every opportunity and say they're going to buy a car, and they may not be ready today, it may not be next week, but man, if I just give them a great place to buy the
Yep.
car at, if I just tell them the truth and be a great salesperson, and man, if I'm just patient and give them the information they need, guess what? They're going to allow me to take advantage of that opportunity.
Right.
Everyone buys. I mean,
Everyone
it's
buys.
just crazy, dude.
I love it.
It's what do they call it? Crabs in a barrel? Is that what they call it? Shooting crabs in a barrel? Is that what it's called?
Shooting fish in a barrel.
Shooting fish in a barrel? Okay, you can't. Well, I was thinking like,
We're not in Louisiana today. We're shooting fish in a barrel.
oh, whatever it's called, it's in a barrel, right? Anyway, man, you always try to yell at me. I'm not even talking to you.
Hey,
I'm not
can I
going to
give
talk. No, I'm going to talk to them. Listen, thank you. Thank you for tuning in to Midwest Mayhem. As you see, it gets crazy.
I just want to say one thing about this whole thing, this whole 1, 2, 3 thing on the sales side.
Well, shoot it.
This goes all these salespeople.
Shoot
If you do not do anything with an opportunity, it's not an opportunity. So do something with it when you get the chance.
All right, I'm going to do some. Hey, thank you for tuning in to Midwest Mayhem. I'm going to
Thank you for
share
tuning in.
this with you. Hey, Instagram and Twitter at Wilson of Ames. Facebook and TikTok at Wilson Toyota of Ames. Always remember you do have at Big Strong out there and at Big Strong 1 if you really want to see what's going on in the Insta chat that I don't know how to work. Again, I would like to thank Wilson Toyota, our big sponsor here.
Thank you to the
Remember, Wilson Toyota, 2212 South Def Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere in the metro, and it's a beautiful drive today as it's been snowing. Thank you guys. Tune in next week. Hey, I got some fire for you next week. The
We're
real
going to get
stuff,
after it.
right?
We're going to get after
So
it.
we appreciate you. Maybe I can't say fire, but all right.
You guys know how to say goodbye? Like,
No.
you make it 5 minutes long.
Listen, I'm going to be honest. I looked at him 3 times and I almost started
You
laughing.
think that's good?